What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the never-ending value displacement of Yu-Gi-Oh! It never really ceases to amaze me how the moment that something goes down in value in a set, it seems like even if it's not immediately relevant, something else starts to go up and take its place. And Ancient Chant is attempting to do that in place of God Slime, and the sales are above $40 consistently here, and that's just wild to me how that goes. Like, we click on this set and we can see around the same time people started to target other cards like Guardian Slime as well, almost the exact same moment in the graph of it going up. And the set did have an unlimited run, so I think people are like, what should replace this value? Not the one per case ghost rare that's been falling in value because, you know, quality control, yep. But how about that Ancient Chant thing? You can't get that nowhere else, and whoop, there it goes, and people are buying it. Let me know if there is a reason why the sales rate is going that way, or is it just Master Duel people got into Yu-Gi-Oh! They love odd-off decks like this. Did some Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber kind of make this a thing? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, over on the Team Samurai X1 site, you can use code What'sGood10. I know the rare 10% discount for supporting both channels directly, and they have pink sleeves up on here, although all the big packs have sold out. They have that old school player's choice feel that I really like. They glide, but with that, I would also get several packs if you plan to play them throughout a major tournament past locals like regionals or a YCS. I would definitely have multiple packs because, well, they feel so good, that can also end up breaking down a bit. I always like to give both sides. Now, player's choice, I would have done that with as well, and always did, but I really feel like there's nothing like that glide, except these sleeves did encapsulate that. Also, the only mystery box you'll see me advertise on the channel, most likely, unless somebody else gives away that guaranteed value like this. Team Samurai X1's mystery boxes will be launching again this Black Friday with different designs. There will be a guaranteed playmat, guarantee 1 out of 7 field center, sleeves that will not be sold on the site, dice, and more. And I believe it'll be a similar price point as last year. That was around $70. And you can use code What'sGood10 for 10% off and to support both channels directly. But I wouldn't use this as the driving reason to search, but there will be a 1 out of 100 chance of getting some of these chases like DDS, Blue Eyes Dark Magician, First Edition Dark Magician Girl, Ultimate Rare Flare Wingman, and SP Little Knight going with some modern, the quarter century rare, and a full playset. So the people that get the middle row will get full playsets of those quarter century secret rares. And then other stuff like SP Little Knights, etc. So a 1 out of 100 chance at these chase cards is pretty awesome to throw in on top of the already guaranteed value artistically. Like a playmat, custom playmat would usually go, what, $40? A field center that's metal around $20, sleeves around $10. You're already at the value last year, what they were charging, and then there's discount codes, free shipping once you get over 100 within the US and Canada. And I don't know if this will run with the promotion, but right now they're doing $300 or more, a free mystery deck box they usually charge $70 for, or $69, nice. I wouldn't necessarily stretch yourself too thin. Like, I would probably go for the 2 to get the free shipping. If you're going after 5, you're still a 1 in 20 chance at a chase card. So I feel like a lot of people last year went in and were like, oh, I didn't get anything good, oh, the cards were trash, and it's like, dude, the guaranteed value is in the playmats. The field centers, I sold it no different way, but it's nice to have realistic odds lined up there for you, right, when you are buying it, instead of a is there only, or is there even a graded card in this mystery box? You know, like that. Also on sponsor stuff, I did want to address a little elephant in the room. Gamer's Choice got accused of basically canceling an order only to spike a price, and I wanted to show their end on it. It came into my comment section. It was on the One Piece Reddit, so I know the One Piece circle wouldn't even, you know, usually infiltrate necessarily my audience, but I do want to address it. So this is what it looked like on the end for Gamer's Choice. They got a note of high risk or fraud, and the customer doesn't seem fraudulent, they seem earnest, and they did post about it. So they have honored the original price, of course, and the reason that they would spike actually the cases later is because when you try to get more stuff from a distro in order to get it in stock, sometimes the only reason the distro has it is they got extra set aside for them to gamble on sets, and sometimes they have to clearance out that product when it sucks, and when it goes good, sometimes distro charges more for that. that, so they might have to pay more in order to list more. It's not just a greedy move to put the cases up. And I do see, this Reddit moderator saying, I don't have anything to prove this, but that's greedy. And I'll actually say my first interaction with Gamer's Choice was publicly asking, hey, do people know about them? I'm getting multiple comments, and it was just a spam from one guy, it seems, on maybe multiple accounts, on them being fraudulent on TCG Player, and so many people backed James immediately. I got in talks, and years later, when he opened the site, actually, that connection from me talking to him about that is how I actually started working with the store. So I actually had a similar first thing, so I'm not judging the moderator here. And you are supposed to assess, things that come from your community. But here is directly the end from Gamer's Choice. Everything censored out. This is how it was sent to me. And yeah, that'll happen. And I don't think they should be contacting necessarily people that get flagged like this and being like, hey, you were risked, should we still send you stuff? Like, I don't think that a store should be necessarily contacting when they get this flag, and I think most stores do follow that policy. But everything resolved, and good moving forward there, it seems. All right, into your regularly scheduled more cards from Market Watch. Arius is going up in price slowly already. I saw a lot of people saying they were going to wait for Black Friday sales and bonus bucks back, but here it is already up around 30% versus that $10, although there's still plenty around 12 that you can get here early. It quickly spikes to 13 on that front page, so there is good trap stuff in Maze of Memories as I understand it, hyping Labyrinth and helping it out even more. Ghost Mortar is a little hand trap of choice so that Rescue Ace isn't setting 4 on you. There's Imperm, there's Veiler, but there's also this, which helps you have negation. You can see it got even more hyped earlier, but has come back down and is starting to respike for the secret rare. Luckily, there's tons of different options here than spending 12 on a secret. There's the Dollar Ultra. This is just the nicest mid-max version, and really the only mid-max version because the others are gold rares. The Starlight Rare, though, is on negative movement overall from what I see. You have this one in Spanish, though, 175. Never mind. I need to read Korean Spanish. I was like, oh, there's one for 175. Here we are at 235, professional channel who does his deep research, versus, that's still 35 under. I would say that's still under market price a good bit. Let's see where the actual low was. It's at its actual low. Yay, I did my job. We keep it very professional here. We're not editing this out. Karkuri Divine Carnate. Somebody was asking me if we should be buying this right now. That's a very common question, and there's always risk with that, period. Well, with this, it is actually down bad over time without its reprint because people have reprint fears. It is getting to that point where this is a pretty nice version for the price at $24, and there is the Fire Searcher stuff coming out. There's a lot of fire support in general that works with this kind of deck. I feel like it is kind of an okay time to buy. Like, I would go Ultimate Rare if I went, though, which has also only gone down and is now readily available at $40. It will probably hold value if there is a reprint a little better than the Secret Rare, because the Secret will then become mid-max, and this will also be kind of mid-max against the Starlight Rare, isn't it? People argue that, but yeah, ultis tend to be under Starlight Rares these days. Salmon Great Pyro Phoenix is going up in price, not only for its Starlight, but also for its Secret Rare, all the way towards $6-7 for this Secret. So be aware this is going up, and even the Ultra Rare listings out of the 2020 now under the triple-digit mark of 100 listings. You might want to get yours sooner than later using that TCG Player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying. If you are interested in this fire good stuff just kind of taking over. I did kind of want to point out, though, how Flame Banshee's gone. The Ultra Rare, despite the graph looking like this, is pretty steady at $2+ and is held versus the people who got in at that 50-cent mark on launch week. But then the quarter century rare, I always want to say Starlight Rare when I see that, it is kind of just evened off in price and only gone slowly down now around $38 with tons of people willing to sell it, saying, I'm not going to wait that long, I'm not going to wait to see if it proves itself. There's a lot of things that could end up hyping themselves as they do head towards being there, but like, I feel like this is a great card. It reads as a great card, but that's where player brain can mess with market brain, and you don't know the future of the card really, do you? You don't know the future of it. Will it enter the hype cycle once again? Will it be forced into it by deep pockets, or will it never really get touched again on the higher end until this pushes like $5, $8? Lots of good questions, and only time will tell, and things can play out very many different ways, and you're basically gambling, right, when you go for those kinds of calls. Spellbound is an interesting one, as we do enter that winter market actually cooling off. The ultra rare has stayed very steady at its market price of around $2, and is readily available just above there, around $2.40, so it's keeping pace, yet the secret rare option has fallen down and out. Look at this, multiple spikes towards 12, and then after each hype it comes down and it's back towards 6. This might be one to look after on Black Friday if you're interested in the nicer version of this card, and who knows when realistically this card would get a reprint again. And finally, my Discord was bringing up interesting cards that have really fallen out from Rarity Collection. This one caught my eye with Dogmatica lore. There's so many different nice versions, and I feel like people will make full Dogmatica binders throughout the ages of, like, even if they quit Yu-Gi-Oh, they want to put together this, like they want to put together a number collection. The Ultimate Rare OTS Ecclesias all the way down towards $16. This is so sad for people who did buy it for a lot more, but I feel like it's been a long time coming in terms of people saying, no, these things are so rare they're holding, and it's like, it's gonna be in the Rarity Collection, man. I was one of the #1 people saying that, but a couple things are starting to defy gravity. While Valor is down bad overall, the first set is slowly coming back up, and I would say none of the versions inside are really comparable to the OG Ulti with that all-over foiling from the D-Rev era. Like, this is a different kind of Ultimate Rare we're not going to see again, and the first edition has climbed back to almost 300, 292 lowest listed, and the light play first are selling for like $225 somewhat consistently. You have to go through here to see first at LP, but here it is, $225. A near mint over 300, a light play 225 play set of that. So Valor's really doing pretty well for itself considering how a lot of the rest of the old school market's gone. And maybe you need to look at what format what cards go in when considering, because Edison's been super hype, Tengu Plant's getting talked again, and you can't tell what the next wave of a past format is, but there are the popular ones that people enjoy now, and sometimes things that fit in there do a little bit better depending on when and where it was. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. I think I missed the time on the mystery boxes. It will go up Black Friday, midnight Eastern. So, like Thanksgiving into Black Friday at midnight, bam, these go up, and there's a limited supply. When they sell out, they sell out. Again, one of the only mystery boxes I'm comfortable actually promoting because that guaranteed value, playmat, field center, dice, you know, the sleeves, it gets there, and then the mystery pack is a bonus gamba on top. Sam does really good with his custom products. If you haven't checked them out, go ahead and check out the store. What's Good 10 for 10% off and to support both channels directly.